Starting standing with your feet about hips width distance apart, stretch your arms up and overhead, and then tip up and over towards your left, taking a side stretch. Keep your knees nice and soft here so you're not locking into any joints. And then on your inhale, come back through center. Exhale over to the right. Try to soften your shoulders away from your ears here, so bending the elbows can help with that too. On an inhale, come back through center. And on an exhale, dive forward into a forward fold. If your hamstrings or your low back are tight, bend your knees and really allow the torso to hang over your legs. Let the head be heavy, maybe shake it out yes and no as well. And take a breath here. And on your next breath, step your feet back and lift your hips up into a downward facing dog. Lift your hips nice and high, and again, if you're tight in the backs of the legs, bend the knees. Keep your hips tipping up to the ceiling here. Press your forearms away from the floor so you're really engaging your arms as you stretch the back and the legs. And then on your next breath, step your right foot forward between your hands, moving into a low lunge. You can keep that back knee lifted or bring it down, whatever feels better on your hips. Take a deep breath here. And then plant your left hand just underneath or outside your left shoulder and open up your right arm into a twist. And this again can be a place where you lower the back knee or lift it up, your preference. And then on your next breath, plant that hand and step back to your downward facing dog. And step your left foot forward between the hands into a low lunge. And it might take you a few steps to get it there too. Plant your right hand and open up your left arm into that twist. And on an exhale, plant the hands. And this time, lower down onto your belly. Bend your right heel towards your seat, more towards the outer part of your seat, and reach back for that right foot. Start to draw that heel a little closer to your seat until you feel that quad stretch. Now, if you can't reach your foot, just keep reaching your foot back for your seat. And then let that go. And bend that left heel towards your seat. Reach back with your left hand and increase that stretch just a little more. And then on your next breath, let that go and roll over onto your back. Plant the soles of your feet on your mat or on the floor, whatever you're on. Send your right heel up towards the ceiling and flex that foot. Interlace your hands around the back of your thigh. And then if you'd like to increase this intensity, extend your left leg along the floor, flex that left foot as well if you choose to do so. Take a breath here. And then on your next exhale, bring that right foot down to meet the left and replant the soles of the feet. Send your left heel up towards the ceiling and interlace the hands around the back of that leg. And again, option to increase that intensity by extending the right leg. Try to keep your shoulders on the mat here so you're not hunching in towards that leg. Take a breath here. And then on your exhale, let that go. Bring the soles of the feet back to the floor. Bring your right ankle to the top of your left knee, so just above it on your thigh. And start to draw that left thigh back towards your chest for a hip stretch. Keep that right foot flexed in order to protect your right knee. And take a deep breath here. And on your next breath, unwind and let that go. Bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh, swiveling that knee open. And if you already feel the stretch here, also feel free to stay here and just keep working that rotation. And then to intensify it, start to draw the right thigh towards your chest. Again, try to avoid hunching forward to yank the leg towards you. Keep that chest nice and open here. And then on your next breath, unwind the legs. Open your arms up wide into a T. Drape your right leg over your left, and then tip your knees over towards your left to take a little twist. You can intensify this by tucking that left hip underneath you just a little bit more. And take a breath here. On your next inhale, bring those knees back to center, unwind the legs, and take that left leg over, tipping the knees over to the right this time. Try to keep that left shoulder softening down towards the floor so it's not coming up and causing a lot of tension in those shoulders. So if that means you need to bring the knees up a little higher in order to open that chest, do so. Take one more breath here. And then on your next breath, bring those knees back to center and unwind them. So make sure that anytime you are moving through any deep stretches, you are fully warm beforehand. Make sure that you can breathe fully in any stretch that you try. So if you find your breath is really constricted or you're holding a lot of tension in your face and neck, that's your body telling you that maybe backing off just a little bit would be a good idea. So listen to your body and breathe through any stretches.